Hello there, welcome to Firearms Culture Canada. My name is Xander, and this is where you will find firearm-related topics relevant to Canadians. You can find all the links and timestamps in the description below, and if you're returning, it's really good to see you again. If it's your first time, tap the subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. Today we're going to put most of the major firearm manufacturers into a tier list, and I'll show you where I think they all rank. This is mostly based on my own views of these companies, the general quality of the products they produce, and the public perception. If you disagree with anything I say today, please leave a comment down below and let's talk about it. First off, I'll explain the ranking system to you. It goes on the standard kind of internet video game ranking system, S, A, B, C, and D. So for S, I'm going to reserve this for high-end production guns, custom guns, Gucci guns, anything that goes above and beyond, and if you buy that, you're going to get fantastic quality. For A will be anything a little bit below, like top of the line, high end. You can still consider anything going into A to be a high end gun, but it's not going to be, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars. It's going to be a little bit of the line down, something a little more attainable for most people. You'll see once it gets on there. B, I'm holding for kind of mid-grade production guns, things that you commonly see in the store. A lot of people have them. Not too expensive, but by no means bad guns at all. C, I'm going to be putting anything down there that doesn't perform as good as expected, or maybe there's problems with the company, the public doesn't like them. We'll explain as we go. And D is being held solely for junk, rubbish, shite, clones, any junk firearm brands at all. Now, with all this being said, a lot of these brands are kind of known for a certain quality of firearm, but they may do something a little bit higher or a little bit lower. We're going to be sticking to what they mostly are known for. Alright, to start us off, we have Colt, and unfortunately in recent years, Colt haven't been doing as great as they would have. I think if I'd done this a few years ago, I would have put them at a solid A, but I think based on kind of recent production problems, quality issues, they really, you know, they deserve their spot at B now. They've kind of fallen from their grace, and unfortunately they still kind of ride on that reputation of Colt. Next up is High Point. I don't have a lot to say about High Point. They're going straight into the junk category. You can buy them, they're fine, they run sometimes, but you're really sacrificing your quality with these types of firearms, and in my opinion, it's just not worth your money. Zev. Zev makes fantastic firearms. Now, they don't necessarily make the whole firearm, but what you can get from Zev Technologies are custom parts. Really, they're known for their custom Glock parts. I tell you, these guns that they pump out of there, when you see that Zev Technologies on the side of it, you know it's going to be a fantastic quality gun. Really, really good. What have we got next here? We've got Marlin. Now, where do you think Marlin would go? Marlin have been around for a really, really long time. They do make quality guns. Are they better than Colt? You know, I gotta be honest with Marlin, I don't think they're necessarily that kind of high end. Even though you can get firearms, you know, $1,000, $2,000, no problem. I think they're going to go comfortably into B with Colt. Walther, an absolute quality company. Everything they make is gold. Everything works well. Their customer support is fantastic. Definitely a step up of Colt and Marlin. They definitely deserve their spot in A. Next up is Barrett. Barrett, most of you will know them for like the Barrett 50 cal, what is it, the M85A1, could be wrong there, M82A1, I'm not sure, correct me in the comments. Barrett, I think, do deserve their place in A. They're not like high end, but these are rugged, powerful firearms, meant really, a lot of them in recent years, a lot of military use, a lot of long range shooting that they go for. I don't believe they have any ventures into like pistols. It's mostly rifles with Barrett. But if you got anything with that logo on it, you're going to be very, very happy, and you're going to have a lot of friends at the range. What do we got here? Weatherby. Weatherbys are nice. I never had a problem with a Weatherby. I never really hear of people having problems with Weatherbys. Shotguns can be a little funny. A little bit of a different system going on in there. They're doing their own thing. But I think Weatherby, you know, solid B. Solid B. Daniel Defense. Make a lot of good firearms. They have a good name in the industry. This one, I do have a hard time placing. I don't know. Daniel Defense, they're definitely better than a Colt, that's for sure. Definitely better than a Marlin, so probably an A is the place to put that. Now, with all this being said, folks, this is just my opinion. You might think something different, but if you do, tell me in the comments. Next up, Norinco. Not even going to waste my time. Norinco, they make junk. Their tolerances are just so garbage on everything they make. I could never see myself buying one. Next up, Chiappa. I've got a Chiappa. I've got a Chiappa Double Badger. Nice firearm. I think they kind of try and target a higher quality than what they really are. Chiappa, you know, you deserve a B. You make some really nice firearms. I'd love to get my hands on one of those beautiful little Rhino revolvers that they make. Absolutely fantastic, firing from the bottom cylinder. Next up, we have Rock Island Armory. Years ago, Rock Island Armory they had a much better name about them. They still make a lot of good stuff, but they just haven't really massively made it into the public. You can get a lot of good stuff from them. I have seen a lot of really nice firearms from them online, and I know people that have them that really like them, but they're not the big wow factor in the market, unfortunately, so I'm going to put them at a B as well. Bushmaster. Bushmaster became initially famous in the kind of public and gaming eye because of the ACR rifle. Quality rifle, people really like it, but Bushmaster in general don't have the best reputation. Their ARs are not really any better quality than something you'd get from like Colt or Smith & Wesson. Benelli. Ooh, well, it's quite clear to me that Benelli deserve their spot in A. A Benelli shotgun, fantastic. Everyone that wants a semi-automatic shotgun probably wants a Benelli M4. Good reason for it, but they also make tons and tons of break action shotguns, you know, double barreled shotguns, clay pigeon shooting and all that. Not familiar with any Benelli. There is a couple of Benelli rifles out there, but I'm not familiar with any pistols. Next up, Beretta. Ooh, Beretta, once again, quality shotguns. They also make quality pistols. A lot of people really like the Beretta 92s. But are they really any better? Can I compare Beretta to Walther and Benelli? I don't know. That's a hard one. I gotta give this one like an A- or a B+. That wouldn't be fair to put Beretta next to Bushmaster. Okay, you get to go next to Benelli, you deserve it. Next up here we have Bersa. Bersa, okay, mostly known for their little pistols, Bersa 380s and stuff like that. But from what I see online, from what I've heard from people, not really great at all. Definitely probably into the C. It's definitely not complete junk, but it's going pretty low on the list. BCM, mostly AR-15 parts from what I know about them. They make good quality stuff, absolutely nothing wrong with them. A lot of people, a lot of operator type guys really like their stuff. But once again, is it like Walther and Beretta and Benelli? No, not quite, but probably one of the strongest Bs on this list. Canik to me are a newer company. I didn't become aware of them until like 2 years ago. They make a lot of pistols. Turkish, it's basically Turkish pistols. But they're nicer. They're much nicer than some other things that you might find coming out of Turkey. So I'm going to put Canik at a C. And probably not many other things from that part of the world are going to go in there. Now, despite the name, once again, it's a Turkish brand. They've done the marketing really good to fit into the Canadian audience. A lot of people have Canuck shotguns and I don't see too many problems with them. However, from my experience, hard to get parts for, not really that great quality in general. Some people just have really basic issues with them, so I think it gets a C. Most well-known companies that are going to be on this list make a lot of different types of rifles, some pistols, a lot of ammunition. I think Browning go comfortably in B. This one here is CZ with the weird logo. Now, CZ are a fantastic company. You've probably seen my video talking about them in the past. I really like CZ. I think CZ's got a comfortable A. Definitely up there with Beretta, Benelli, Walther. They deserve it. Their production guns are absolutely mint, and you can kit these things out, and you could probably put one up to an S tier no problem. People that shoot them really, really like them. They're definitely cool guns. Springfield Armory. Now, other than like 1911s, what do we know that Springfield Armory make these days? Not too much coming from me, to be honest. I know there is other things that they make. So I don't think they quite deserve a C, but we'll put them in the B. FN Hairstyle, quality company, quality guns. Everyone likes shooting that 5.7. That's a really, really nice little caliber there. Quality for sure. Once again, people like them, and I know I've said that a lot, but that's a big part of this. Do people like them? And that's what you'll see on these lists. The ones that are a little higher up, people really, really love them and rave about them. The ones in the middle, yeah, a lot of people got them. They're good, they're fine. The ones that are lower, once again, a lot of people are going to have them, but they probably aren't as good. FN deserves a spot on A. Definitely an A+. Next is Garsan. Garsan I have personal experience with, a little more than some of the rest of these. I thought it was kind of rubbish. I was really unhappy when I reached out to the company and got absolutely no support for the MC28. It goes in a C, but barely. Absolutely barely. Glock. Oh, everyone loves a Glock. You can go all the way up to a Gucci Glock and have it completely kitted out with everything you want on it. But I think most of them are kinda... yeah, I can't compare a Glock to a Walther for sure. Glock's going to go into the B. And I know some people might not be happy about that, but just know, I absolutely love Glocks. A stock Glock for what it is fantastic. People complain about the sights and the trigger, but the fact of the matter is you get an absolutely solid firearm for like, what, $600 to $900 depending on what model you want. You can go even higher. Alrighty, we're making good time, folks. Next up is Grand Power. Grand Power, mostly I know them for pistols. Not really that amazing pistols. Don't know too much about them, but I don't hear junk. That's one thing I don't hear about Grand, so they can go into C. I thought that GST were mostly an airsoft manufacturer, but you know, it turns out in the market here in Canada, a lot of people have these GSG 15s and GSG 16s, and well, it's not really my cup of tea. A lot of people really like them. The quality is good. The customization for them is absolutely fantastic. Really, really good company. They do make good stuff even though it comes across a bit cheaper, but I would take a GSG over a Garsan any day. But does it compare to Glock? For all intents and purposes, a Glock is a B+ and a GSG is a B-. IWI? What do we know that IWI make? They make like the Tavor, and then those funny looking pistols, the Jerichos. People like them. I got nothing bad to say about IWI. All their stuff looks really cool. It seems like you get a lot of really good quality gear coming to Israel. Next up out of America, we got the Kel-Tec. Historically, I've been a Kel-Tec hater. I got to admit, I think their stuff's really, really ugly, but it performs decently well. Good availability on the market, and I am more of a fan of something made in America as opposed to somewhere really, really far away. So Kel-Tec, you can go. I guess you can go in B. Sure. Kimber are mostly known for their high-end custom guns. Kimbers are nice. One thing they're really known for though, bad reliability. You go and you make these guns all far too fancy and then they don't start operating right. So I gotta be honest folks, Kimber initially might have been in an A, but I'm putting them down to a B. Next up on the list we have Magnum Research. Now I know you can't read that one right, but trust me, that says Magnum Research Industries. Now what do they make? They make the legendary Desert Eagle. What else do they make? I don't know, but they make the Desert Eagle, so they can go into B. Henry. I almost called it Marlin, but it's not Marlin, it's Henry. Henry, quality firearms, been around for a long, long time. Lever actions, mostly known for stuff like that. Absolutely nothing wrong with a Henley, and I would put it right there next to Marlin, so I can go right into a B. Next we have Mauser. I don't even know if they still make guns. I gotta be honest, I don't. But what I do know is the Mauser action on those bolt action rifles is one of the strongest and most replicated ones in history. You can have your spot in B there, pal. I'm a fan of Mossberg, really like them, but is a Mossberg totally high end? No, not at all. A Mossberg is solidly in the middle. You will get amazing reliability out of a Mossberg, but they're not exactly known for being high end. Next up is Seiko. Seiko, quality firearms. Absolutely quality bolt action rifles. Not everyone's cup of tea, but for what they do and the price you pay for them, you're getting amazing accuracy, amazing results, lightweight rifles, absolutely beautiful things. They deserve their place up there in A. Next up is Remington. No, I'm just kidding, folks. Remington, even with all their recent issues, they're fine. They're good. No Remington is my cup of tea, and I don't really have a place for them in my collection, but a lot of people do, and a lot of people shoot really well with their Remington rifles. Remington also make a lot of other things too, but you know, you can have your place there and B. Because I suppose if we gave Mossberg an A and Remington a B, we would start flame wars about shotguns. Ruger has to be one of the most sold firearms. Well, the company sell some of the most firearms every year in the world. Rugers are immensely popular, really good. 1022s alone must make up a massive part of the market. Ruger, for the quality you get for it, for everything they do, they deserve an A. Next up we have Savage. Savage been around for a really long time, as you know. A lot of people have Savage rifles. I used to have a Savage 110 in 30-06. Absolutely lovely rifle. Because of their reputation, reliability, everything on the market, they can have a B. Steyr Arms. Now, like many people, I mostly know them for the AUG, the AUG. Quality firearm, but absolutely quality stuff. I'm a little tempted to put Steyr up there with the A. I'm a little tempted. Yeah, we're gonna do it. No one can stop me. Next up, we have Taurus. Taurus, just junk, people. Don't waste your time and your money. Smith & Wesson. Smith & Wesson, like quite a few of these other companies, like Colt and Henry and Marlin, been around a long time. Smith & Wesson make pistols, rifles. I don't think they make shotguns, but I'm probably wrong with there. Now, is a Smith & Wesson up there with an A or an S? Well, they do make good stuff, but I can't compare really many Smith & Wessons unless it's coming out of their, whatever they call it, their special production house, whatever they call that thing with the more high-end stuff. But anyway, it's going into a B. That's where it deserves. Tikka are very famous for their quality hunting rifles. A lot of people like to use them in competition as well. I'd take a Tikka any day. Is it an S? No, it's not. It's definitely an A though, for sure. I'm starting to get a little worried. This is nothing but Zev Technologies up here in the S. I might have to rethink this. But up there, Wilson Combat. Ooh, Wilson Combat do make quality stuff. High end, custom. They do have some production stuff as well. Wilson Combat, you can happily go up there. You deserve the S. And last but not least, but close to, we have Winchester. Well, I guess you can have the B. Now, what do you folks think of this list? Could I have put some of them in a higher or lower tier? Was I being a little bit harsh with some of them? Or am I just like too much of a Zev and Wilson Combat fanboy? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you liked the video and what else you'd like to see from the channel. Pretty soon we're going to have some more things coming along. We're getting all the gear together for that. And thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care now. Bye-bye.